folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for our latest presentation of NBA basketball. Joined by Coach Stan Van Gundy and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. This, of course, being Game 1 of the season, their first look at the Pistons.
They expected more of themselves against this team last year. Split the games between them.
Now here's Cunningham. Out to Thompson. From the arc. Giannis with the rebound. Stan, when you talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo, would you say he's one of the most unguardable players ever?
Well, B.A. certainly got to be in the conversation. Besides maybe Wemby, we haven't seen anyone like Giannis when it comes to length and those long strides especially. Plus, he has that strength, too.
And so Cunningham will bring it up for the Pistons. Pass to Robinson. Launches it. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham.
Well, when your shot is as polished as Robinson's, you can be that fast with your motion.
Antetokounmpo for three. Out to the wing. Jackson surveying the D. Shot clock at 5. Back to Antetokounmpo. No luck. They battled on the glass, but they couldn't knock it down. And that one's good.
Yeah, one of the most efficient inside scorers. Giannis just can't be stopped.
Outside Robinson. And the Pistons, another three.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Antetokounmpo can't connect.
Now, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going. That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
I mean, the size and athleticism of Giannis, arguably without precedent, an incredibly prolific finisher.
Count it. Good.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
Here's Hardaway. Good D by Harris. And Stan, the Pistons' J.B. Bickerstaff, the runner-up last season for Coach of the Year.
Well, yeah, instead it went to Kenny Atkinson, who replaced him in Cleveland. But B.A. talking about landing on your feet, Bickerstaff showing again he can turn things around. Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
The Bucks trail. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Doc Rivers. Much of our discussion centered around Cade Cunningham. He said that's their catalyst. They look to him to control the pace, to read the defense, and to make the right basketball play, which he usually does. He is very tough to neutralize. B.A., back to you.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Pass to Robinson. Fires from deep. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Here he goes. And that bucket makes him 4 for 7 today. Good production.
It's been a dominant night for him, staying productive throughout.
There's a minute 17 left in the first quarter. Cunningham. And Turner with the block.
Well, this is the kind of rim protection Turner provides. He knows his team relies on him to protect the paint.
Davis. And finished off by Davis.
And B.A., he takes his rebounding so seriously.
This dude is such a grinder. His teammates appreciate the effort. Just goes all out on the glass.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. There's 48 seconds left in the opening quarter. Here's Jenkins. High post screen. Pass to Jenkins. Just 4 to shoot. Detroit needs to get off a shot. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. 26 seconds left in the opening quarter. Hardaway into the lane. And here's Turner from the arc. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback.
Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets here.
Pass to Reed. The rebound by Turner.
You can hear him sputtering all the way over here. He knows he should have knocked that one down.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has been on display for the Bucks. He put together 10. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Bucks.
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
Yeah, we got to talk about how pestering they've been on defense, forcing turnovers and finding ways to score off them.
On the attack, Green. Kuzma for 3. Offensive board.
Incredible work right there on the glass. Just doing all he can to extend that lead.
Hey, once you got him on the ropes, keep swinging away.
Yeah, this is the spot where coaches want you to be relentless. Don't even give them a glimpse of it.
And that one's good. Green.
The second chance points are all about a lack of effort defensively. Those buckets would drive me nuts.
And we know how loyal Giannis is to Milwaukee, but trade rumors continue.
Yeah, it's just the reality when you have a superstar player, but not much of a title shot. The sense is Giannis deserves to make another run at it somewhere.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, BA. Well, the Bucks want to capitalize on their bigs. Coach Doc Rivers said, one advantage we have is our size, and the slower the game gets, the bigger we get. So taking opponents out of transition, making it a half-court game, allows us to be a big basketball team. Guys, back to you.
Leveraging that tall timber. Allie, thanks very much for the report.
Yeah, Cunningham can very effectively run an offense. He knows when and where to move the ball.
Pass to Porter. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
As a defender, you have to get more physical with him in the post.
Yeah, once he gets the ball in that spot, help has to be very quick to rotate over.
Now here's Cunningham. Driving in. Oh, great D that time from Portis. Here's Jang. The rebound by Stewart. The Pistons trailing. Pass to Harris. Floats one up. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Grant, Tobias Harris has been around the league. What's his best asset?
You know, I think it's his reliability and versatility. Harris is always on the floor, having led the NBA in games played multiple times. And he just gets the job done.
I've wondered, of all the things you can teach players, can you teach great passing?
I really don't think you can, B.A. You can teach solid, fundamental passing. You can teach guys to make fewer mistakes by better use of fundamentals. But the great passers have great vision, and I just don't think that's something you can teach. I think that's something that guys gain over their time and experience playing the game of basketball.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Turner, no good. And so it's Detroit with it.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
And now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter here. They set a pick. Pass to Holland. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound, Milwaukee. Let's send it over to the sideline for some news on Asar Thompson. What's the situation, Allie?
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for Detroit provided some information. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. While it took some time for him to completely recover from this injury, there is a chance that he could play on it. So so we'll be monitoring him closely. Back to you.
Okay, Allie, thank you.
Well, look, injuries take a mental toll as well. These guys all want to be contributing to the best of their ability. It's tough to sit out and watch.
The three, Hardaway. Good. And Antetokounmpo gets the assist.
Timeout.
And it's a 5-point Milwaukee lead. And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over.
For your Bucks,
1:10 left in the second quarter. Right side, Robinson. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Robinson's got 8.
Yeah, there's Cunningham unselfishly giving up the ball. Great pass.
Back to Hardaway. There's a screen by Turner. From downtown. Rebound collected by Anthony Davis. Pistons trail up by 3. Davis on the take. Prince grabs the miss. Oh, and a fast break for the Bucks. And the basket by Antetokounmpo.
Just another day at the office for Antetokounmpo. This guy consistently puts up points.
Outside Robinson. Let's go with a 3. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
Well, so far, he hasn't had the same luck from deep in this quarter.
They retain possession. Back to Antetokounmpo. Over Harris. Second chance effort. And he's knocked off course by the D. So the foul is called, and he'll shoot free throws. Milwaukee shooting their first free throws of this game. Hardaway hits them both. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. They've been aggressive in transition and find themselves in front. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. The Bucks leading by 7. And last season, the Pistons became the first team ever to triple their win total from the previous campaign.
Yeah, going from the worst record in the association in 2024 to a playoff team in 2025. And now they look to just keep on rising.
Now here's Cunningham. Here's Thompson. Ooh, excellent D there from Turner. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Robinson with a steal. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Flying high, Asar Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that.
From the stripe. Offensive rebound. Bucks. For 3, Hardaway. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo. And that one goes in.
He made the most of that opening, teaching the defense a lesson.
And the misconnection there. Fans guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
Here's Porter. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
The Bucks leading by 8. Pass to Kuzma. Here's Portis for 3. And the Bucks miss again.
They've come out a little cold after that halftime break. Just 1 of 5 from the field to start the third quarter.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thank you. Cade Cunningham is leading the way for this Pistons team. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff said he shows belief in his teammates, and that's what leadership is. He's with you during the good and the bad. That gives the rest of his team more comfort and confidence. Guys, back to you.
Establishing the mindset. Allie, thanks very much for the report. And another miss by Milwaukee. Pass to Davis. And it's Davis finishing things off inside.
Yeah, when Davis gets that kind of positioning inside, he is pretty much automatic.
Robinson for 3. It's hauled in by Portis. And here's Green from the arc. Buries it from 3. Green's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game.
Well, that's a breakdown defensively. Can't afford to give him those kind of looks. Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Porter with it. Now Thompson defending. Portis, left side. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's going to be on Anthony Davis.
Well, I like how aggressive Portis is. He knows how to put defenders on their heels and make them foul.
And, Coach, some tough luck for the Bucks with injuries to their star players in recent years.
Yeah, well, last season, Lillard went down with the Achilles. Before him, Chris Middleton battled injuries. Even Giannis had his share. In this league, it's not enough to just be good. You need to have some luck, too.
The kick out to Kuzma. Left side, Porter. Clock at 4. Milwaukee needs to get a shot off here. Portis gets the bucket.
Well, listen, Portis certainly doesn't lack confidence off the catch. He feels like he can score anytime down the floor.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
The drive by Porter uses the glass to finish the layup. And now a 10-point Bucks lead.
You're coming right at you. KPJ playing with intensity.
On the wing, Green. Pass to Holland. Here's Jenkins. No points so far. And he drives in. Counted.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
The Bucks leading by 8. Outside Porter. Here's Portis for 3. That one drops, and it comes off an assist from Porter. Portis has got 6 points in the quarter.
One of the better shooting big men in the league, Bobby Portis, more than capable.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
As a big, unless you're a dedicated rim runner, have to be some kind of threat from distance.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
Ooh, that's a tough spot to be in as a defender. With that height disadvantage, it's very hard to protect the rim.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks in a good situation, up by 13 points to close. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And here's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for Detroit. Trailing by 13. Pass to Robinson. Rebound, Milwaukee.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Prince with the bucket.
They are uncautious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Giannis puts his touch on every aspect of the game. Big reach on display that time.
Just 5 on the clock. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
Doesn't go that time. And stolen by Jackson. Hardaway from outside. They get the rebound. Here's Antetokounmpo. Soft touch off the glass. And the Bucks lead by 18. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Bucks.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
Yeah, they've also done a great job of running. Attacking when they get the chance, always a great idea.
5 to shoot. Pass to Turner. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, Giannis is a big man. One that can gobble up those boards and make you pay.
It's Cunningham with a drive to halt the run. And again, no good by Detroit. Milwaukee leading by 20. Hardaway from outside. Nails it from 3.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Outside Robinson. From behind the arc. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
And just tremendous putback ability. Giannis with that length and agility, just unstoppable.
Pass to Harris. And here's Cunningham. Defended by Jackson. Cunningham drives in. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. When you think about the skill of Cade Cunningham, Grant, and his height, what a combination.
You know, B.A., whether it's scoring inside or seeing over the defense or just beasting on smaller guards, his 6'6" frame is certainly an advantage.
And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
And you can see early on that Giannis wanted to be aggressive. I mean, he's taken over at the offensive end.
Jackson on the wing. Lets it go from deep. Detroit with a rebound. 1:52 left in the 4th. To the paint. Here's Davis. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Great find. Leading his teammate right to the bucket.
And here's Hardaway. Here's Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
Power and grace of Giannis, making it look easy like few others can.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Bucks.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
VA, it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And this one concludes with their 2nd victory of the year.
It's just the start of this season series with 3 games left between them, but it must feel great to take the first meeting.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
The scoring effort from him, unreal. Carrying this team, I mean, he was amazing tonight. This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Outside Davis. And it's off from 3-point range. And here are the Bucks now. They're on a 20-6 run. Twelve seconds left in the 4th. Now Hardaway. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Detroit ball.
And so it's Milwaukee easily grabbing this one. We saw 2 different teams tonight. One play with